Hello and welcome to race number 2 for the SRX the game Championship Mode. We're going to be going to Knoxville after the last race. Bill Elliott wrecked me 10 times over, but we're going to be going to the dirt tracks and hopefully we're going to get some pretty good points. We'll take a look at the point standings. So points leader is Tony Stewart, HELIO CASTRONEVES 3 points back. Doug Kobe is in third. We are sitting in 12th after the hell of a race we had at Stafford. Bill Elliott and I wrecked so many times, it was not even funny. But yeah, so we'll jump over here into Knoxville. We'll jump. I did drop it down to 50% lap, or sorry, 50% length. So hopefully we don't go super long anymore, but I'm going to run some practice laps and we will see what we can do. Alright, so take a look at some of the times we ran. I didn't run very many laps in practice because I felt pretty good about the car. Car feels really nice. Knoxville is all about consistency, so as long as you hit it consistent every time, you will start to slowly gain speed. A couple of those laps were inconsistent, but so we achieved our time goal as well, so we'll jump over here into the race and we will see what we can do. Alright, so we're jumping into the race here. I didn't catch where we were starting. It looks like we're on the outside of the front row. No, inside of the front row. Okay. Interesting. So, we might win this first heat here. Green flag is out. We're underway here in Knoxville. I forgot to shift. Tony Stewart is going to be one of our biggest challengers here. Yeah, he's good on the dirt. We got a 6-minute first heat here. So we're going to pull ahead here. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Looks like Willie T. Ribs is hanging out back here as well. Tony Stewart is dropping back, which is really surprising. He's really usually good on these dirt tracks, so I'm genuinely surprised that he's dropping back. But we're looking pretty dominant here right now. The car feels amazing around here. We're fast. Let me tell you. Oh, I also did take down the difficulty to 100. Like I said in the last video, the difficulty between 99 and 101, it's very dramatically different. So, and as soon as you hit 100, you're hitting an expert level of difficulty. So, and then 99 is obviously hard. So, that explains the dramatic difference in the skill level of the AI every race we do when we separate those. So, if I feel like it's too easy, I'll go back up to 101. But so far, I'm feeling like these dirt tracks are going to be really easy, no matter what difficulty I'm on. But 4.5 seconds left. Not 4.5 seconds. 4.5 minutes left in this race. Scott Bloomquist is back there trying to catch us. He's 0.7 of a second back. Brian Brown is in third. So we're just holding our own here in the lead. So if we do win this heat, we're going to flip to the back end of the field for Heat 2. So we'll have a lot of work to do for Heat 2. Hopefully, if we get back up here, we can have a good average for the main event. So that's the goal here. Just get a good finish here and a good finish in Heat 2. Have a good finish in both heats, and then get up to the front for the average positions for the main event. So looks like Scott Bloomquist is actually closing just a little bit. He was about 0.6 of a second back, so looks like he is. It depends. Sometimes he's gaining, sometimes he's not, but that probably is something to do with me being inconsistent as hell on these laps. But regardless, we are still leading this race 1 second now above Scott Bloomquist with 3 minutes to go. But we slide up there a little bit, got loose there. So that's going to open the door up for Scott Bloomquist. We are looking up at the high side now instead of down at the bottom. 0.5 second separates us just about as I drop down to the bottom once again. Just over 2 minutes to go in this heat. we're actually starting to lose time to Scott Bloomquist. He is running some hellaciously fast laps, it looks like. I mean, he has caught us pretty quick. He's able to hold that right around a half a second, but, I mean, if I screw up once, he's probably going to be able to pass us, or at least challenge for the lead, so we got to keep this consistent as possible. But hopefully we can get Greg Biffle a win here. I don't know. This will help us out in points if we can win, for sure. I don't think we'll be inside the top 5 at all, but we'll definitely be inside the top 10. And we are just under a minute now with this race. Still out front, HELIO Castroneves is now in second. Scott Bloomquist has dropped way back. He's back into the end of P4 right now, just over a second ahead, or sorry, just over a second behind. And HELIO Castroneves has closed that gap. He is within a half a second of us now. 30 seconds left, so we got about 4 or 5 more laps here at Knoxville for Heat 1. Look at HELIO Castroneves. Why the hell is he so good in this game? I know he's good in real life, but god damn, he is OP in this game. I mean, he has closed that gap significantly with 15 seconds to go. We might actually have a challenge for the lead here. 0.3 of a second separates us from HELIO Castroneves, coming through 3 and 4 for what could be 2 laps to go. Yep, white flag this time by. HELIO Castroneves is right there, breathing down my neck. Look at him go. I mean, good for him. Coming through 3 and 4 for the final time for Heat 1. We are barely going to squeeze out ahead of HELIO Castroneves and take Heat 1. That's going to give us some good points. And so we're going to drop to P12 for Heat 2. So we will see if we can make it up through the field. All right, so Heat 2 now. Like I said, we go to the back of the field. It gets a little darker now. So we're going to go for green flag back out in the air, and I forgot to shift again, but it's fine. HELIO Castroneves is diving it underneath, and we are going to take over P11. No, we're not. We're still battling. Now we're going to take over P11 and maybe squeeze for P10. Yeah. Oh, I did not realize we were 3 wide there. Yeah, so I actually went up to P8, 21 cars in underneath me, that's Brian Brown, and now I'm stuck on the top, and I do not want to be up here. I'm stuck 3 wide between ribs. Oh my god, I was 4 wide. Never mind. Holy shit! Back here we are racing hard for position. I might not be able to make it up to the front. Oh, we got a spin! Spin! 2 cars go around, no caution. That was Brian Brown, and I didn't see who the other person was. I think that was Ernie Francis Jr. 2 cars go around there, so that's a caution. That's going to knock off some time here for this heat. We are up into P7, and we're going to take the green flag once again, and we forgot to shift. Bill Elliott gets above us. We are 3 wide for the position, 4 wide, maybe even. Now we're only double file, so we're squeezing up here. Brian Brown's going to take over P5. Or, sorry, P4. And Bill Elliott just tried to dive bomb us again. I swear, if we have another problem with Bill Elliott, that's just going to hurt. So, we're sitting in P5. HELIO Castroneves has taken the lead. Holy hell. He got up there in just under 2 minutes, so HELIO's got that speed, and that's just impressive. I can't believe he's this good on dirt. But, we're going to be battling out here for P4 with Brian Brown. Trying to keep up with him, but I'm not able to run these consistent laps that they are. And look at this. We're going to get underneath Tony Stewart as he is slow on the top. Try and get underneath him here for position. It's going to be P5 still, but he's going to get underneath Bobby Labonte and take over P3. Look at this. Racing hard for position. We're going to take Bobby Labonte in the inside. That's what she said. P4 for us now. And we're going to chase down Tony Stewart here. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Still trying to chase down Tony Stewart. Look at HELIO Castroneves. He has got a hell of a lead on these guys. I mean, he's probably a good 3/10 to a half a second ahead of second place, which is insane. I mean, he was catching us toward the end of that first heat, and he almost got us. So that doesn't... It surprises me just because of his background, but it also doesn't surprise me that he is able to take the lead and get that far ahead. For some reason, I can't get those flyers in. So we're going to dive underneath Tony Stewart once again. And we're going to make a little bit of contact there, but no big deal. We're going to take over P3. Here comes Scott Bloomquist again. He's going to take over P4 from Tony Stewart. And he's going to chase us down. And now we've got to chase down P2, which is Brian Brown, just over a second ahead of us. HELIO CASTRONEVES 2.5 seconds ahead of us. That blows my mind. Just under 2 minutes now. We're so slightly closing into Brian Brown. Just over a second, 1.1 seconds to be exact. We are pulling away from Scott Bloomquist, who is in 4th. So we are able to run consistent laps, but they are somehow still faster than us up there. So we're going to try and close that gap. I don't think we're going to win this heat, but we're definitely going to finish top 5. Maybe top 2. So it all depends on if we can catch Brian Brown or not. Just over a minute left. We are closing it. We are closing in now pretty quick on Brian Brown. Just about a half a second behind him. Still able to close that gap. Not if I do that. That was a terrible corner. Somehow still didn't lose time on him. We lost maybe a 10th. But we are able to close that gap still. 40 seconds left. Can we get to P2? Can we get by him? That's the question. We're going to have about 3 to 4 laps left in this race if you count the time. We're going to get underneath Brian Brown here, make a little bit of contact, root him out of the way, and we're going to take over P2. In the running order, HELIO CASTRONEVES and I are actually going to have the exact same average, so I'm not entirely sure what they do in that case. I'm guessing they go, if we have the same average finishing position for the heats, I'm guessing they'll go by who won heat 2. So either way, we're going to be on the front row. 1 lap to go in this race. HELIO CASTRONEVES, man, he is flying around here. We're still able to close in on him just a little bit, but it's not going to be enough time to get him. HELIO wins heat 2. We come home P2 in heat 2. So we'll see what happens in the main event. All right, main event. So we actually did get the top position. So we are on the pole for the main event. Green flag back out in the air for the main event. It's going to be a 25-lap race. Wow, that's short. Yes, so this is a 25-lap race. I did not expect it to be this short. I thought that 50% would be more than that, but we move anyways. 24 to go. Ernie Francis Jr. is up in here. Same with Paul Tracy. I don't know what happened to HELIO on that start, but he just disappeared. So we'll see what happens here. Ernie Francis Jr. still trying to get us, but we are pulling away from him. Just about a half a second separates us, but honestly, he's still able to keep up, which is really not bad for him. But we're gonna run the top. I mean, our car doesn't handle as good on the top, but honestly, in this position, I think I'm going to run the top just so they can stay closer together. But we're already a 5th of the way through this race as we just crossed the line for lap 5. Ernie Francis Jr. just tried to stick it in there. He's the only one that's able to close the gap on us right now. He's got that inside line. He's running all the way at the bottom. 20 to go, and he's going to take away the position. So now we're going to try and chase him back down. Right up underneath him. Give him a little bit of contact on his door. Let off here down into turn 1. We're going to run him up high, and we're going to take the position back from Ernie Francis Jr. But look at this. He's battling back as we start to run the middle of the high lanes. Battling back here, just about 0.2 of a second back, 18 laps to go. Swapping positions here like no other. He's going to get to the inside. But we're going to power away here on the top. Still trying to get underneath me here, but we're looking pretty good. we're looking pretty good. We're able to hold him off here. Oh, we make contact. We're making contact. He sneaks underneath us. I did not hear him go to the inside, but that's okay. He's going to take the lead once again, but we're going to try and cross him over, get up underneath his back bumper, but we're going to go to the high side this time around. With 16 to go, we're chasing him down. We are battling hard with Ernie Francis. Man, oh man, this is good racing for the win. I'd like to win, but honestly, this battle, I don't know. He's actually starting to pull away now. So, we'll see what we can do. He's running that middle lane, so that's going to automatically give us the inside, and we're going to be able to power around him for the lead once again. And we're going to jump up here onto the top once again. 14 to go. Ernie Francis Jr. still on our inside. So we're going to cross him over here. Oh, he went a little slower than I thought he was going to go. So that caused me to let up, and now we're going to go underneath him once again. Ernie Francis Jr., we take the lead as Greg Biffle, but he's still going to try and power underneath us. Still to our inside. I mean, we're just battling it out hard here. This is great racing between us and Ernie Francis Jr. Still trying to get underneath him here. Slowed it down just a little bit. I was going to drift up into his door, but I decided against that, so I slowed down just a little bit. But we're going to slide into him there, and that's going to slow him down. Look at HELIO CASTRONEVES bouncing back. He's going to try and get into this mix, and now Ernie Francis Jr. is to the inside once again. HELIO CASTRONEVES is just over a half a second behind us. And now he's going to try and get into this mix. It's about to be a 3-car battle for the win here at Knoxville. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 9 laps to go here. HELIO CASTRONEVES just took over second, but we're extending our gap 0.8 seconds over HELIO. They're battling back there, so that's going to give us some time to run away. But here comes HELIO CASTRONEVES again. Half a second behind me here. He is closing, and I mean closing hard on us. But I mean, if he runs these consistent laps, he might give us a run for our money here toward the end of this race. Putting down those flyers here, just about a half a second now, with 7 laps to go. HELIO is now right on my back bumper. If we come out of this, we're gonna have almost a max points day. We won Heat 1, we got second Heat 2. If we win, we're going to be just shy of a max points day, but that's okay. We're going to be better off than we were before, that's for sure. And now we're going to extend the gap just a little bit over HELIO CASTRONEVES. 5 laps to go here, 0.3 of a second separates us. Still trying to battle back, and now it looks like Brian Brown has taken over third. And he's going to be just under a second behind, but I think we're running away from him. 4 laps to go. HELIO is still struggling to catch us. He got us there for a little bit, but I think he just started getting inconsistent, and we started getting consistent. So we're able to run this bottom and still try and hold off that lead with 3 laps to go. Coming to 2 to go. HELIO, man, oh man. I can't believe he's still hanging around, and I can't believe he's still hanging around 0.5 of a second back. We just about fucked it there, but that's going to give him a little bit more space to catch us. But we're going to come to the white flag one more time around here at Knoxville. 0.4 of a second separates us from HELIO CASTRONEVES. Does he give us a run for our money through 3 and 4? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to. So it looks like, coming through 3 and 4 for the final time, we are going to win here at Knoxville. After a terrible first race at Stafford, we get the win over HELIO CASTRONEVES. Brian Brown finishes 3rd. Ernie Francis Jr. battled us hard for a majority of that race. He ends up 4th. Scott Bloomquist also raced us pretty hard there in some of the heats. He's going to end up in 5th. Take a look at the rest of the results here. Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Michael Waltrip, Willie T. Ribbs, Bill Elliott finishes 10th. Paul Tracy and Marco Andretti rounds out the field. So we won the main event here at Knoxville. We won a heat. Great points for us. We actually scored 48 points, and that bumps us all the way up to 5th in the points. Holy shit. Wow. So, yeah, we're up into 5th. We're only 33 points back from HELIO Castroneves. So, we still might have a shot at this championship. If I was able to jump from 12th to 5th in one race, we still have a shot here. So we'll have to do good from here on out. I mean, there is no excuses. We have to finish top 5 at least in every heat, every main event to get this championship. So we'll go back out here to the main menu, and we will see where we are going the next time around. So, yep, there we go. We got another finish. So the next race is actually Eldora. So back-to-back dirt races. Very, very interesting here. So yeah. So Eldora is our next race. Again, back-to-back dirt races. Lucas Oil's, that's IRP, will be the next race. Slinger, and to round it out, will be Nashville Fairgrounds. So this is the last dirt. I believe this is the last dirt race of the season. So with that, that's going to do it for this video of the SRX Championship Mode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you're new. Follow my socials in the description below. With that, we'll see you in Eldora the next race. Take care and have a great night.